Hi, my name is Dan, and this is my channel Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in today. This is the December 2019 predictive for Tarotoscope for the sign of Sagittarius. So those of you that have a sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Sag, you would want to watch this video. If love becomes apparent in the reading for the month of December, then those of you with a Venus in Sagittarius might be interested in cross-watching this video. Those of you that are maybe dealing with Sages in your life or have a relationship with a Sag, you might want to cross-watch this video. Feel free to give the video a like, a comment, a share, a subscribe. All of that stuff greatly helps me and supports the channel. If you do hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell so you're notified when I go live. I do a morning daily forecast for the energy of the collective. I also do charm divination readings twice weekly, things of that nature. So feel free to hit that bell so that you get notified when I am on live. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Engelgeist333. I am new to Instagram, so I would appreciate a follow. Let's see what's going on for my Sagittarians in the month of December. One last shuffle here. Okay, so the first card that's coming out of the gate, this is the sort of the kind of the general what I call the default setting, right? So this is sort of where you guys are sort of operating from or going in and out of during the month of December, right? This is sort of like the not the full-on theme, but where you're going to be resonating most of the time throughout December. This is the Seven of Crystals. This is the dullness card, and crystals deals with the element of air and the mind, which air is complementary to fire, right? Which is the Sag's sort of home element. But to me, this card feels, and I have to say this, while I was shuffling the cards, I sort of dropped them. There felt like there was a wonkiness to the energy in the shuffle, and I wasn't necessarily wanting to share that right out of the gate because I didn't want to predict sort of wonkiness for my Sages, but this dullness card kind of backs that up in the sense that it feels to me like you guys might feel a little bit overburdened or heavily laden, a little bit blocked in the month of December. There might be some ideas, some thoughts, some things that sort of need to be maybe shook free or let go. There might be a feeling of, it could be just the moving into winter for you guys, but I have a feeling that there is this sort of, as I look at this card, it feels like you guys are not going to feel very inspired in the month of December. There will be situations or events that might make you feel like you need something new, possibly you need to create something new. There might be some old emotional work that needs to take place or needs to be done or cleared away. And because of that, this dullness sort of sets in, or this sort of like, to me, this feels like an emotional block here. We're going to be facing that throughout the month or revisiting that throughout the month and kind of sort of maybe either taking some action on that or just sort of maybe sitting in it and not doing much of anything. I want to look at the next cards to kind of get a better idea of where I think this dullness card is going to head, but this is sort of, to me, not one of the greatest cards to kick off the month of December, right? The energy feels sort of low, a little bit off, not sort of dynamic and fiery in the sense that I would want to see for a sign like Sagittarius. So let's see what the next card is. The next card is sort of the foundation, and this is the card that's like, it tells me a little bit about the past, what's sort of leading up to Sagittarius experiencing this card in the month of December. So what we have here is the Ace of Crystals. Interesting. So this is brilliance, which is the antithesis of this dullness card to me, right? This is like maybe we've been feeling on fire, feeling good, having great thoughts, being really creative in the previous months, like leading up to December, maybe like making a lot of like different moves or creating a lot of different sort of new opportunities for ourselves, really sort of being focused on the positive and the all of that. For some reason, this month of December, it feels like it's all going to come crashing to a stop, or not crashing to a stop, but like we're going to start sort of looking at where we're still blocked, or why sort of some of the things that we've been working on, where we've been feeling like we've been moving forward with this sort of um, inspired thought, why it's sort of stopping in the month of December. This is really strange because literally these are like they're sort of the opposite of each other. So this says to me that you guys have been sort of on a roll and things have been good, and now all of a sudden it comes to a grinding halt. So the next card is the spirit or soul card. So this card tells me where your spirit or soul is working on, what it wants during the month of December. So this is the Four of Worlds. Worlds deals with the element of earth, and it's similar to Pentacles in a traditional deck. So this is like the material realm, and this is commencement. There's something that needs to take place for most of you. This is a change that needs to happen. This is a creation that sort of you guys have been working on. This is the ideas that you've been having in this brilliance card, right? And these ideas for each Sag is going to be different, right? This is a broad spectrum reading, so only you're going to know as you're watching what I'm talking about, where this places in your life. But what I see here is that like these ideas that you've been having, these creative thoughts, these inspired thoughts, are like these flashes of like inspiration, right? Maybe I need to change my job, or maybe I need to start my own business, or maybe I need to like find a new boyfriend, or whatever the thought is that's been sort of popping into your mind. They felt better, they felt good. There's this part about actually getting around to doing it here in the month of December, where I feel like you might be blocking yourself. There's some old thoughts, old emotional patterns, old things that need to be let go of so that your spirit can get about the building of it, the creation of it, the starting of it, and the moving forward of it, and actually making it real. Making these sort of inspired thoughts that we've been having sort of real. To me, this month feels like sort of the last hurdle that you need to get through or work your way through, and clutter and like move the clutter out of the way as best you can, so that you can start to begin to make manifest some of these ideas that you've been tinkering around with and maybe not necessarily really fully bringing forward up until now. And this dullness card says to me that there really is sort of some work that needs to take place in this month of December, where we're really going to have to look at ourselves both emotionally and mentally to sort of clear away anything that's like we're harboring that's not inspiring us or pushing us forward in a way that is light and fun and joyous. Does that make sense? So the next two cards are the outside influences. These are sometimes people, events, sometimes belief systems or energies that are sort of having an effect or an influence on us during the month of December. So you have the Child of Wands here, which is Seeker. And to me, I feel like where this ties in is this is about this dullness card, in the sense that there's going to be opportunities here where we can spiritually grow. This being a child card, and the wands, suit of wands is the element of fire, which is the home element of Sag. So there are some opportunities here to grow, but we have to do the work. We have to dig through these thoughts of the mind. We have to dig through these maybe old emotions and release them in the month of December. This is a good month to do this. This card, Seeker, is about introspection, going internal, like looking at things, looking at maybe the shadow self or the darker side of things, whatever we might be harboring or holding on to. There's going to be opportunities made to us through this dullness energy, honestly, is what I feel like, where there's going to be quiet time, maybe rainy days, or situations where you're going to need to go inward. You're going to need to sort of seek those answers within yourself by going through some of these thoughts, these emotions, these old resentments, old sadnesses, and really letting them go, because these are the things that are standing in the way of not only these brilliant ideas or this like inspired sort of energy that you've been running off of for the last few months, but also they are the things that are sort of holding off on this beginning that your spirit wants, this sort of creation of the new in the material world. Now that creation, like I said, for some of you can be a new job. For others, it could be a new, like going back to school, learning a new skill. It could be the possibility of a new romance. But whatever it is, there is this idea at the spirit level or the soul level that you know change needs to happen. You're ready for that to happen. You've been ready for that to happen. You've even been contemplating it and sort of putting those things into effect. But this month is about sort of clearing away that those last few strongholds that aren't allowing you to move forward. The outside environment will give you those opportunities. They might feel a little bit uh, with this seeker card to me, and it being a child of wands, says to me that there might be a little bit of trepidation, or these experiences or these opportunities that are offered up by our environment might feel a little bit out of our control or scary, or we might feel a little bit of a reluctance to want to like walk into the darkness. But as we walk into the darkness seeking the answers, we do clear away these blocks, and we do clear away these thoughts, and we understand that we have this sort of deeper connection to our spiritual self, which is being provided to us so that we can start to tap into this commencement energy, bring forward this brilliant thought that we are capable of, and start to really create in 2020. Now, the other outside influence, and I love this, is the Ten of Cups, which is all about emotional passion. And this card to me feels like it's definitely moving like into the. I look at this, the fiery nature of this, like the reds and oranges, make me think of the fire signs. Even though this is a water sign card, right? The water element card. It's the cups, but this is about what turns us on, what makes us feel good, what inspires us, what are we passionate about. So as we're sort of deep soul seeking with the seeker card, as we're taking these opportunities to delve deeper and like move away these blocks or anything that's sort of blocking us, or these areas where we feel unfulfilled or uninspired, we also take the time to sort of check in with those emotional those opportunities that lead us towards that emotional inspiration, and those things that fire us up or impassion us, right? Make us like feel exhilarated or enthusiasm, right? And as we do that, it's going to be like I'm getting this visual of like a sort of a on off switch or a hot cold. Like we might be you know, dealing with this sort of dullness or these self-limiting thoughts, but then like as we check back into the passion aspect of it all and what it is we do really want at an emotional level, that might bring us back to this sort of brilliance that we were experiencing or living at leading up to this month. But we're going to be going back and forth, bouncing back and forth, I feel like. And we need to do that to sort of clear this stuff away so that we can set ourselves up into 2020 to start to really create the things that we are passionate about, to really have that deep spiritual awareness of what we do want, and have those answers, like have found those answers, have sought them out, have found them, so that we can get about creating the life that we really do want. This 4 also, I have to say, represents sort of a stability thing. So this is about creating stability, be it in our relationship, in our career, in our money making, maybe it's in our health, whatever it is for you. It's out there and your spirit wants you to have it, but you have to get through some of these other things that are kind of dragging you down that you might need to like sort of let go before year's end. The last card is what I call the potential outcomes card. This card is not set in stone by any means, but it is sort of where the energy is going to naturally head for the majority of the Sagittarius that watch this video. If nothing major changes, right? But if this is a negative card, we can utilize this card as a warning right now to sort of give us the opportunity to make the choices and changes through free will to affect this outcome. It does not necessarily have to come to pass. The beauty part is that if this is a beneficial card and it is something that we do want to have happen, we can take heart in the fact that this is sort of naturally where the energy is flowing towards in the month of December, and this will come about without much change, right? Or much need for change, or we can just kind of continue on and progress. Now, this is the Six of Wands. So again, we have this fiery spiritual energy, and it's the trust card. And I think really, guys, this feels like a deepening of our relationship to ourselves in the month of December, a deepening in our relationship to our desires, a deepening in a relationship and our belief in what it is we think we can achieve and how we can go about achieving it. And the outcome here is this building of this trust within ourselves and our environment around us, that if we actually delve deep into the seeker card and stay focused on our passions and utilize these opportunities that come from outside sources for us, where it shows us the darker sides of ourselves, or we go into like a more meditative place and really seek these answers, even if it feels a little bit overwhelming, as we begin to sort of remove the blocks and let them go and begin to trust by month's end, we move into this sort of quiet place by January 1st, where we are able to start to take some of this brilliant thought and this commencement energy and move into this place of feeling empowered and creative and able to sort of trust ourselves at a deeper level, because we have this better understanding of who we are and what we want and what we've been sort of working with up until this point. And we've really taken the month of December to sort of let go of any of the things that are sort of back here in this dullness card, which we might keep revisiting throughout the month, okay? So if we find ourselves going back, we're on a high, we're feeling good, and then a week later we're back visiting something, or something's annoying us or bothering us, or the past comes up, or worries about the future are coming up, we need to look at those things and start to shift them and not entertain them or let them go. And as we let them go and we seek different answers on a deeper spiritual level, we allow this month to kind of show us what it is we do want and how that feels, and trust those feelings and trust that information as we move forward by the end of the month into 2020. I think we're setting ourselves up for what I feel like, and this is a little bit even beyond future predictive, is I feel like this commencement card and this brilliance card speak to the fact that there's some positive energy coming in, and there's some deep-seated spiritual material goals that need to be achieved here, right? And that the spirit wants and is ready to start, but it wants you to sort of do the mental work and the emotional work and clear that stuff out, so that you're ready to start to bring in 2020 what it is that you do want. But some of this, like I said, you have to trust yourself. And so that's what this month for the Sagittarius is about, is clearing away the emotional and mental old programming that no longer serves us, to move in and trust what's new and maybe unknown. All right, I'm going to leave you guys with that. Have a great holiday season. I hope that made sense. If it did, please leave me a comment or like, a share, a subscribe. If it didn't, or you have any questions, once the video is fully uploaded to YouTube, you can leave me a question in the comment section. You can always book a private reading with me if you want more insight or more in depth on a specific issue in the month of December, or something that's going on in your life. I am available. In the description box will be all of that contact information once this video is fully uploaded. I look forward to seeing you guys next year in 2020, and have a great holiday season. All right, bye, my Sages.